mother of adorable undiagnosed Down syndrome baby, speaks candidly about coming to terms with condition. Baby Theo, 1, stole the show on Fridays this morning. This morning viewers fell in love with a Down syndrome baby on Today's show after his mother bravely spoke about how her initial devastation at his diagnosis had been obliterated the second she brought him home. Farrington cuddled her gorgeous 1-year-old son Theo on the ITV daytime show on Friday, as she candidly discussed her experience as a mother to a baby with Down syndrome. Viewers couldn't get enough of smartly dressed little Theo, who was impeccably behaved throughout the interview and took a real shine to co-host Ruth Langsford, happily sitting on her knee and gazing at her. "Oh God, how beautiful that Down's baby boy is on this morning?" asked one viewer. Another said, "Just the cutest adorable little lad with Down's this morning." A third said, "Wee boy on it this morning is making my heart melt. Absolutely love Down's children, so happy and loving." Claire, who writes her own blog called Mum on a Different Path, which has charted her life with Theo, explained how she had the Down syndrome test while pregnant, but the current one is only 85% accurate and Theo had slipped through the net. The diagnosis was discovered when he was born 2 months early and placed in a neonatal intensive care unit. "I was very devastated at the time, but I knew I wouldn't always feel that way," said Claire. "It's like a rainbow with a color missing, then you look a little closer and see another color, and that rainbow in the end becomes one of the nicest rainbows you see." Claire revealed the diagnosis had been particularly stressful for her and partner Andy, as Theo had been in an incubator for 3 weeks. "He was about the size of my hand. When we first held him, his hand was the size of my fingernail and his head the size of a tangerine. It was extremely stressful seeing your baby like that. I was a first-time mum, devastated and floored by this. I didn't know if I could ever be happy again, but as soon as we got him home in April I became a mum to a little baby." There had been reports in the media that Claire briefly wished Theo hadn't survived in the womb after hearing the diagnosis, but she rubbished that on Today's show, saying, "It was just a flicker of thought. I was just processing what they were telling us." The doctor had the notes on his lap and I remember reading upside down, "significant abnormality." I am like, "What is that?" Your life goes from one track to another and that jump took me a long time. She added on her blog, "I may have been devastated, but after willing an undersized baby to make it through each new day and night, I certainly did not actually wish for that. I think it's important to be honest. I did have flashes of shameful thoughts as we were told, and the enormity of his diagnosis pressed down on every atom of my being. I remember feeling snuffed out, almost extinguished by it, then coming back to life and hitting the wall in terror and shock. That really was the worst half hour of our lives. Nothing prepares you for unexpected news and nothing prepares you for your reaction to it." Claire said Andy had been an incredible support and urged her, "Don't write him off, he's not his diagnosis." As she cuddled Theo, she added, "If someone had told me a year ago things would be like this, I wouldn't have worried so much." She said her feelings about his diagnosis changed when the couple brought Theo back home from hospital 3 months after his birth. When Theo got home it was just a completely different story. It was quite stressful going into the hospital every day. At home, it's the bedtime routine. When he first smiled, it's just being his mum. Many viewers took to Twitter to praise Claire for her honesty in the interview and share their own experiences. One wrote, "At this morning he is an amazing little boy. I love him. My Down's brother is a beautiful young man now, living his life to the full." Another said, "At this morning our daughter was also born with undiagnosed Downs. As much of a shock this was, wouldn't change a thing. X." A third added, "Wow, the mummy of the boy with Downs is such an inspiration. I love her honesty and her passion. At this morning.